starting around 31 walk 2024 AMP in a real sense really is exchanging at $1.04 in term of its est rate with the value change of 26% in all things considered, most recent 60 minutes, which explicitly certainly is genuinely critical. AMP generally really has a kind of genuinely complete market cap of $437,972,613 with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $24,670,635 in an essentially large manner, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. This fundamentally makes AMP especially sort of positioning at 188 in the digital money market, which basically is very huge in an exceptionally large manner. In the event that you explicitly generally are a crypto financial backer, and considering what truly is the AMP cost forecast finish of 2024, what will AMP basically be worth in 2024 in an unpretentious manner, or so they truly thought? Is AMP a genuinely wise speculation or sort of worth purchasing in 2024, which truly is very huge? Will AMP cost in a real sense fundamentally outperform its untouched high, which essentially sort of is genuinely critical, or so they in a real sense thought? These quite the most part are our AMP cost expectations for AMP's future, showing how starting around 31 walk 2024 AMP essentially by and large is exchanging at $4 in term of its est rate with the value change of 26% in certainly most recent 1 hour in an extremely enormous manner. AMP value expectation 2024 as per the AMP gauge cost and specialized examination. In 2024 the AMP value sort of in every practical sense is supposed to commonly cross a genuinely normal value level of $141, the normal especially kind of least value worth of AMP toward the finish of the essentially current year ought to sort of be $136, which most certainly is genuinely huge in a kind of significant manner. Besides AMP can essentially in every way that really matters arrive at a decently all things considered, most extreme value level of $161, or so they most certainly thought amazingly. AMP value figure walk 2024. In walk 2024 the cost of AMP generally by and large is determined to fundamentally truly be at around and in every practical sense, all things considered, least worth of $198, which truly all things considered is very huge, which especially is genuinely critical. The AMP value worth can basically sort of arrive at a limit of $111 with the by and large normal exchanging worth of $98 in USD, certainly as opposed to prevalent thinking. AMP value expectation April 2024. AMP cost basically in every practical sense is supposed to by and large reach between $118 to $117 in April 2024, while the by and large normal cost of AMP for the April in every way that really matters in every practical sense stays around $112 AMP value forecast May 2024. The cost of AMP generally especially is somewhat sort of anticipated to sort of reach at a sort of essentially least worth of $112 in May 2024, which for the most part is genuinely huge incredibly. The AMP cost could explicitly certainly arrive at an especially in every practical sense greatest worth of $122 with a by and large kind of typical exchanging worth of $116 all through 2024 in a fundamentally kind of significant manner. AMP value conjecture June 2024 the kind of in every way that really matters normal cost of AMP could in a real sense especially go to $1 toward the finish of June 2024. AMP could generally be exchanging around and in every way that really matters greatest worth of $127 with a kind of least expected cost of $114, or so they basically thought, or so they thought. AMP value figure July 2024 the reasonably essentially normal cost of AMP could explicitly certainly go to $124 toward the finish of July 2024 in a fundamentally beautiful significant manner, which in every way that really matters is very critical. AMP could basically be exchanging around an essentially greatest worth of $132 with the really least expected cost of $119 in an especially significant manner. AMP value conjecture August 2024. The AMP cost for August 2024 may entirely arrive at a truly least worth of $124, while the very greatest gauge cost explicitly generally is around $137, or so they basically thought, which truly is very critical. The truly beautiful typical cost for AMP by and large generally is in every practical sense anticipated to really reach $128 in August 2024. AMP value expectation September 2024. AMP cost generally truly is supposed to really certainly reach between $127 to $142 in September 2024, while the very normal cost of AMP for the September in every practical sense stays around $131 AMP value gauge October 2024. In October 2024, the in every practical sense, genuinely greatest cost for AMP could generally sort of stretch around $0.149, which certainly is genuinely huge. Moreover, the minimum cost of AMP in October 2024 generally by and large is $0.129 with a sort of essentially normal cost of $0.135 in an exceptionally kind of significant manner, which for the most part is genuinely huge. AMP value estimate November 2024. In November 2024, the cost of AMP generally in every way that really matters is supposed to be at around an all things considered, least of $0.132, or so they sort of thought, certainly as opposed to prevalent thinking. AMP cost can especially arrive at an essentially in every way that really matters, limit of $154 with the in every practical sense, normal cost of $137 in USD, or so they certainly generally thought in an unpretentious manner. AMP value conjecture December 2024. In December 2024, the cost of AMP in a real sense is supposed to explicitly be at around a sort of exceptionally least of $136, or so they thought, or so they generally thought. AMP cost can basically arrive at a truly in every practical sense, limit of $161 with the actually especially normal cost of $141 in USD, or so they for the most part really thought in a sort of huge manner. AMP especially passed value examination in the pretty in every practical sense recent hours. The crypto in a real sense has been in every way that really matters, essentially diminished by 7% in its quite current worth, reasonably fundamentally as opposed to prevalent thinking, which generally is genuinely huge. In the event that we really look at the truly current market cap of the AMP with yesterday's, you can in every practical sense, in a real sense, see that the market cap explicitly in a real sense is likewise down, or so they for the most part thought in a significant manner. From kind of most recent 7 days, the AMP truly was in great vertical pattern and expanded by 22%. Further appearance how besides AMP can, for the most part, basically arrive at an in every practical sense, by and large greatest value level of $0.161 in a very enormous manner, which is very critical. AMP fundamentally in a real sense has shown areas of strength for truly extremely potential recently, and this could be reasonably in every way that really matters, great chance to by and large essentially dive right in and contribute, fundamentally truly in spite of prevalent thinking, which sort of is very huge. AMP value conjecture 2024 facts. What will especially be AMP entirely worth in 2024 in a fundamentally genuinely huge manner amazingly. The AMP cost in a real sense is gauged to arrive at an in every practical sense, certainly greatest degree of $161 with sort of lovely least cost of $136 toward the finish of 2024, which in every way that really matters is very huge, or so they for the most part thought. Does AMP certainly have a future in a reasonably huge manner in an unpretentious way? As far as value, AMP by and large generally has